We're gonna start now. How about some Roku action, okay? How about if you want to, you can cut the cord, as they say. I have for you a Roku deal that I'm told we probably can't do this price. We're at $54.99. Let me tell you how great it is to be able to get the Roku also with the OneForAll antenna. Right. So usually the OneForAll antenna is $50 on its own. So it's like we're giving you everything else for $4.99. It's a crazy steal of a deal that you should be paying over $121 for everything that you see here. But you're spending $54.99 and $11 as your first payment to get everything home. It's not layaway. You pay $11, we ship it to you, and it's free shipping. This is amazing.
The price is amazing, but also just how easy it is to set up the system, to use the system on the daily. That's why Roku's #1. I mean, it's fun to shop at HSN, but let's be honest, when we have the #1 computer brand, when we have the #1 TV brand, when we have the #1 streaming brand, you really can't go wrong. So Roku is #1 out there. More people stream and actually use a Roku. One, very nice, easy footprint to install and enjoy. But two, it is so simple to find your content, enjoy your content. You know, we all talk about what's streaming on the latest shows, but if we can't find it and remember what streaming platform it's on, we're never gonna watch it. So with this stick, you can connect it to any TV, the HDMI cord's included, the batteries are included, and that's why it is just so simple to set up. But then when you have this on your TV, whether it's the brand new TV, because maybe the interface confuses you, maybe it's an older television you wanna get new life into, it is just so intuitive, which is nice for young and old. And that's why Adam Friedman, myself, we both got our moms on a Roku because they can navigate it and find the shows. Now we're also including an antenna. Why is this important?
Beautiful, by the way.
Well, it's funny. Do you remember when we launched this, Debbie? It was you and me.
I was like, where's the antenna? Where's the antenna? I'm looking for rabbit ears.
She was expecting this. And the thing is, this is what we all grew up with. It is still out there. OneForAll has won awards for actually the design of their antenna because it's not this dated look. Not to mention, you're limited in terms of how much range an antenna like this might get. You're getting 60 miles of range in terms of being able to pull in that free over-the-air signal. And why is this a great two-pack? One, it's individually boxed. Right. So I can keep the antenna, I can give the Roku to someone. But maybe your Wi-Fi's down. Maybe you want your local broadcast stuff, your local news and weather. It's gonna be over the antenna. It might not be on Netflix or Hulu, but when you have an antenna paired with your streaming device, it's really a win-win situation. And also the perfect time to try it. It's gonna be summertime. Maybe the antenna is going in the guest room because you have people staying there, but they have nothing to watch. Right. So now you can hook it up and they can watch it. You connect it to your TV.
They can watch everything.
Well, that's just it. You'll do a scan on the television and you might get 12 free channels. Right. Reposition it. It has a nice long cord. Remember, 60 miles of range. And we used to say, it was about $1 a mile normally for an antenna. Sure. That's why this antenna would sell for normally over $50, not tonight. And then do the scan on the TV. I first did it, I got about 12 free channels. Repositioned it, got about 30, 40 free channels. And I'll be honest, I did not watch all 30, but you know, I had my favorites, the NBC, the CBS, the ABC, the big brands, because it had that range and pull, and it doesn't look like an antenna anywhere you put it, right?
It's really, really cool. And I got this for my sister during the holidays, and this deal is absolutely fantastic of $54.99. When you're paying for an antenna that would normally be $50 and up, and we're also giving you the Roku streaming system for $4.99, this is when you try it. Right. Also, when you want just to watch as much as you can, like not, you know, paying $300, $350 for a cable bill. I am so shocked that we were able to bring Roku back right now. It's been a while that this offer was way back during the holidays.
We did it during Customer Appreciation Months, actually. That's when we launched it, and we're beating that price. We have them here now to upgrade, which is great. I do love that it's individually boxed.
You know, I didn't even present, I don't think, in April. I don't remember. But I remember during the holidays, we didn't have this price. Nope. Oh, yeah, you're right. April was Customer Appreciation Month. We didn't have this price. It's absolutely amazing because my sister was like, I just didn't know that I could get this much.
Well, that's just it. That's why get home a Roku. I tried streaming back in the day and it was slow, it was confusing. Maybe you got a streaming device during the pandemic because, you know, we were all streaming and stuck at home.
And we were stuck at home.
It's been a few years. This will give you a better processor. And let me just show you what Roku looks like. If you're using another device, that's fine. But more people stream on a Roku because they can easily find it. Whether it's the remote control, actually that's another example. I mean, it's a 20-button system. If you still have a remote like this, I know I used to, and I know my mom used to.
Stuck in the dinosaur
All
ages.
these buttons, I don't know what they're for, right? This one is just so simple and easy. It's a 20-button system, shortcut buttons. My favorite example was my friend, his dad was actually gonna be house sitting, and it's like, Dad, let me show you how to work the TV. And he's like, you know, I'm too scared to press all the buttons. It's like, Dad, you press the home button, it takes you to the home screen. You press the back button if you get confused, which is great. You want Netflix? Boom, it's right over there. So it's really a simplified device. I'm gonna go to our home screen, and what does that home screen give me? It's gonna give me the big names. And this is what you have to think about. You might have a smart TV at home, I do, but does it have the latest apps and the latest speeds? You're gonna have Apple TV. So it's an upgrade to my television. It could be an old TV, it could be a newer television. You're gonna make it faster and smarter and easier to navigate. And so you see right over here, I have Apple TV, I have Disney Plus, which is cool because those are subscription-based.
Sure.
But you know, I love to watch them.
Which can be very expensive.
Yep, it does add up, right?
Yes, it adds up.
And so what's also
I
cool.
remember having to tell my kid one time, no, we can't have Disney.
Right.
We cannot.
Not this month, right?
Not this month.
So you have your subscription-based stuff, but you know what's cool about Roku? There are over 300 free channels. The Roku channel's free. HSN QVC Plus is free. Pluto's free.
Look at all this.
All this stuff, which is great. So you can actually find
Hallmark.
something for everybody. The kids are coming over. You have company coming over. This is one I like to point out. Photo stream. You can stream your photos from your vacation. Backdrops. You can put in nice artwork on your TV. And remember, you're not putting it on the television. You're putting it on your Roku.
Right.
So your Roku is updating the TV. This little puck on the guest room television or on the main TV is going to just add so much entertainment and ease of use. That's why more people are picking up a Roku, because it's simple. Everything you need is in the purple box, from the batteries to the HDMI cord, and it's an upgrade across the board.
And that's the reason that we started streaming, because at first I didn't understand streaming. I mean, what do you mean streaming? You start hearing all these words, right? And it's just like when my mom, I had to explain the QR code. But I'm just not a techie person. And once we did the presentation and I realized, oh, I can have over 300 channels to look. You have more than you can even imagine. But most importantly, it was because we were fighting over our cable bill. And so we cut the cord, because why should we be spending, it was like $365. And my husband was like, do you watch this? Do you watch this? Do you watch this? And I was like, no, I don't have time. And just all these excuses. He's like, why are we paying for this? You said you wanted this channel. My son said he wanted this channel. When you are trying to, and I don't care what you make. I don't care what income bracket anybody is in. You don't want to waste money. And when we wanted to start trying to save money, because everybody's like, you're saving for a rainy day. I think COVID taught us a lot. You just want to start being smart about it. So when you spend $11 to get the access to so many different channels that you can watch any movie.
Right.
We don't go to the movies anymore.
No.
We do not go to the movies anymore.
Well, remember going to the video store? This is your video store on the television, which is great. And like my television has HSN. But on my Roku, I have HSN QVC Plus. And you know what's cool about that? We watch HSN, we love it. I watch HGTV, I love it. You go to some of these apps, you get more content.
Absolutely.
So I just jumped into our QVC HSN Plus app, and look at this. Yes, we have QVC, we have HSN, we can watch ourselves, Debbie, nothing wrong with that. But then you scroll down, you got David Venable, you got all these other great options in terms of what HSN delivers. Busy this week, I love that season. It's season 2 already, which is great. This is what it's fun about trying it out and exploring the extras. For free, let us remind you, which is great. And those are the streaming options. The bundle's important and been popular because, yes, you have all the streaming capability, the big name networks, some local networks, which is nice. And then you have, stuff for the kids, the sports fans, you name it, it's on here. And there's new stuff you can do with your TV, like the backdrops and the photo sharing. But then the antenna, and this comes into play. Whether you use the antenna all the time, or you know what happened to me during the storm? I got my power back, but my cable wasn't on. My Wi-Fi was down, and actually my cable at home's Wi-Fi.
I mean, we've been through it with these hurricanes, y'all.
That's why we're moving. But the crazy thing is, my antenna still worked, so I was able to get the local news and all that stuff. I had entertainment, and the fact that it's a 2-pack, I think it's awesome. Maybe the Roku's for yourself. You were talking about being smart with your money. You can always save this for the holidays if you'd like. I've given antennas as housewarming gifts because friends had moved into an apartment and the cable wasn't getting installed until Monday or later next week.
That's a great idea.
I'm like, what are you going to do for a week without some entertainment, right? Connect the antenna. Everyone's going to get a different variety of, number of channels and where, because topography comes into play and the construction. That's why the long cord gets you 10 feet of range in terms of where you want to place it. And the fact that it looks good, I don't know if you can tell, there's an antenna on this TV behind us. It blends into the decor, which is just nice. It has a signal finder right in front. It's actually right behind Debbie. And that's what we want. We don't want to see the electronics. We just want to have the options when it's there.
Absolutely.
So the antenna's great, and then you have your streaming options, which is awesome. And remember, everything you need is in the purple box to set it up. We can add sports channels. I'm not reconfiguring my cable package.
Right.
I'm just adding what I want when I want it, because maybe it's old movies, maybe all of a sudden I'm into crafting or a certain hobby or outdoor. Stream my music. And again, streaming's come a long way. We talk about the antenna for local stuff, but now a lot of those local markets even have an app on the Roku. So give it a try and try it at home and realize once you get this home, it can be free or you can subscribe. More importantly, you're saving your money and you're saving your time and sanity for some of us, because we get lost with some of these devices.
Well, yeah, and you don't want to get into an argument with your significant other about all the shows that you're not watching, that you're paying for. There was stuff we didn't even know we were paying for.
Sure.
Like we had to go over it with the guy, and we were like, I don't think we signed up for that. I mean, I'm not saying they rip you off, but sometimes you just need to pay attention. Yeah. But if you feel like you're just spending too much money, and you're like, I didn't ask for that, and they were like, oh, it was part of this package. Look, you don't have time for that or that conversation. $11 to get home. I'm so much happier now that we're streaming, which to me, you're like, what is streaming? What is streaming? It means that you have everything. I mean, everything that you can imagine, so that I don't go to the movies anymore. And I'm constantly asking friends or asking Siri or Chat GPT, what's the hot series right now? And the possibilities really are endless. My mom came to visit, and it was the most beautiful thing. My husband was like, oh, your mom can sleep with you. I'm like, oh, great. So we had like our little slumber party, and we were just streaming and watching everything. And she wanted to watch a little bit of Lifetime and a little bit of Hallmark. And then we were watching, I don't even know what channel it was on, Sex and the City movie, which I didn't know that they had the new movie and the new shows that came out. I mean, to me, get your popcorn ready. That's all I can say. Get your popcorn ready. And then the fact that you have the antenna, again, the antenna alone is $50. So when I saw this deal, and I was told that we probably cannot do $54.99, because you're basically spending $4.99 to try the Roku system. When you think about that. And when your power goes out and all of that, you'll have that antenna, and some of you will get up to 40 free channels, 60-mile range. It's fantastic.
Yep. And that's just it. You want to have options. You want to be able to find your stuff, which is great. Bring new life to that old television. This could be the one going into the kids' new apartment or to the dorm room. So what are you going to, you send out the old television, you take the Roku, because everything you need is in that box, you plug it in, you have your HDMI cord, you have the power cord, the batteries, and this old TV, boom, all of a sudden, I have 500,000 pieces of content, free television, which is great. And you were talking about the video store and all that. Tina Jennings loves to share a story. Her son loves to watch Kung Fu Panda.
Oh, really?
But the thing is, when he's watching it, it's a good show.
I loved it.
But when he's watching it, they can't watch their shows. Or they would put the tape in. Remember, we'd put the VCR on for the kids.
Right.
It's already on here. Whether it's sets this up for the kids this summer and you can watch the main screen, or set it up for the company like your mom's coming over. So this is just the Roku, or you can actually just set up the antenna and give them options as well. It's a great two-pack. It's also just about the affordability of it. Because remember, this normally could be a $50 purchase in and of itself. We've made it a two-pack, which is really nice because it gives you the options of how you want to use it all together or break it up. I'm going to leave the Roku over here, and I'm going to come back over here and join you because I want to show everyone how easy it is to find stuff, because this is what's important. Not all Rokus are created alike, and so I can come over here and I can go search letter by letter. And this is what happens at my mom's house. She has an older Roku. We need to upgrade her. Right. She needs to go over here and search, right? Letter by letter by letter. I can come down here to my phone because there's even an app for that, which is great. So I can come down here to my phone and I can type in, you mentioned Sex and the City. So I can actually just do it easily on my phone. I'm gonna come over here. This is the living room. I believe it's this one. Or is that the one behind me? There's 2 in this room.
I mean, I binge watch everything. Yellowstone, White Lotus. I mean,
because you can find it.
Because you can find it.
I'm in the middle of White Lotus, by the way.
And then I find all of these, HGTV is nice, but I find all these other channels where you can see all these home makeovers.
You mentioned Yellowstone. Boom.
There
found
you go.
it. It's right over there.
I loved it. Love the series.
Yellowstone, it's going to give us the access to find it, which is great. The actor information, which is nice. And the things, when it's this simple, guess what we're doing? We're watching Yellowstone tonight because we could find it. And that is why Roku is #1. More people can find the content, easy to set it up. You're upgrading your television. We're going to share a brand new television with you tonight, right? It's not $55.
Right.
This is a great way to upgrade your current system, whether it's for the big screen or a small screen or wherever you want to place it.
I mean, that is such a great point. And you guys, again, if you're watching, this is $121 value and 93 cents. We're going to give you everything for $54.99, so it's like 60% off. So if you've been thinking of streaming, go with Roku because we're going to give you the OneForAll antenna. And that antenna alone is usually sold $50 to $60 elsewhere. So the fact that we're giving you the whole deal for basically the price of the antenna is fantastic. Right. Maybe you don't go to the movies anymore. I mean, there's too much crazy stuff going on. I mean, shootings and everything else. I just stopped going to the movies. I was going to the movies and looking for my exit signs. I was like, I got to look for exits before I even watch the movie. I'm watching all of the content at home, and it's so wonderful to be able to have it at your fingertips. And you feel so liberated. I'm not telling you to cut the cord on cable or whatever. It wasn't working out because we're spending nearly $400. So the fact that you can get access to all, I mean, over 400 channels just with streaming, and then up to 40 free channels with the antenna. It's a fantastic deal. And I am told that only today at this price, because we won't be able to repeat it, I had to write that down. Yep. We had customer appreciation, Roku. We did not have this price. Right. So this is the lowest that we've done.